The poem is called The End of the Hunt, and like many of my poems, I get most of my best ideas by friends telling me stories which I slightly mishear. And so I go off on unusual directions with the way I think the story ought to have gone. And so this one's called The End of the Hunt. They walk from the old ranch house. He remarks on the chill in the air as the final few semaphores of summer unfurl in the breeze, sway, and tumble to the riotous earth. The path leads into the trees. She touches his elbow, her ribs rising, moving, drawn into his warmth. She wraps her other arm around his waist, looks into his eyes, takes his auburn tresses in her hand, kissing him at the nape of his neck, on his ear, his cheek, his mouth, his glorious mouth, tasting tongue and teeth and salt, and feeling the bristle of new growth on his lip, on her lip. He caresses the shiver at the base of her spine, strokes her back with soft poet hands, pulling her close until breast against breast, heat against heat, his hand under her thigh, her leg on his back, and her stomach drawn up tight. They sway like dancers to the ground. The brap of a horn sounds sharp in the distance. Hounds bay, voices rise and fall like gibbering spirits spurred on by the scent of life in the anticipation of death. Somewhere on this cold fall day, Fox is running like hell because hell is chasing it, running like hell because death is coming and death can smell its fear, running until it dies or until death's coming is sweeter than life's terror, running because it only knows flight, and flight is all that's left when death races faster than life. Death is a pack of dogs. Death is riders on English saddles on well-trained mounts. Death is coming as hot blood-colored wine in the morning, acrid sweat at noon over dry cheese and French stick. Death is coming on the white-lathered shouts of an afternoon's chase. Death jumps rotten logs and stone fences through fields long plowed back to earth. Death is riding this way, and it cannot be stopped. Ah, no, death is nearly here. Fox veers to the left, past two people, one on top of ground. Fox stops, pants. The end is near. Death is in her chest. The hunt draws close, so close. Fox races fast, but the hounds can hear her move. The hounds can smell her move. The hounds can feel Fox running in the pulse of Mother Earth, the sound thrumming in Mother's womb, the bloodlines of ancestors in every red sinew, a feeling so primal that the first hound is coursing the first fox, not just this hound or this fox, but every hound and every fox. They stop. The pack freezes. Bays turn to yips. Yips turn to confused yaps, then fade into an uncertain silence. The pack leader walks up to the naked couple. Him, her. He licks first him, tasting the salt of sex on the man. He licks next her, the pheromones of woman, the heat of life, the scent of passion in the copse. Dog knows there is fox to be chased, hunting urge to be slaked, but dog's need is more primal. Its desire obliterates all others, because ultimately, dog is not nihilist. Dog is not philosopher. Dog is chained by civilization from the wolf it craves to be, but dog is not civilized and cannot be bound by civilization forever. Dog is not civilized dog, or dog as toy, or dog as friend of man. Dog is dog the warrior, dog the guardian, dog the hunter, dog the leader, dog the proud carnivore, dog the lover, and dog smells sex in its cortex. Reacting as dog is dog. Alpha male mounts alpha female. Baying turns to howling as the other pack members mount or are mounted by his/her male bitch lover because it is fall. The leaves are red and gold and brown. The air is cold. There is a mist rising in the copse. The riders stop at the sight of dog on dog, woman on man. The lead horse whinnies, stamps with hot breath, uncertain. One stallion releases its sex. His brute mare nuzzles up, and where there was dog on dog, man on woman, now there is horse mounting horse. Fearsome, majestic. This is horse that runs all day with the wind, not ruler of the plains, but its master. Horses born to run, horses born for sex, and riders that were eager for the hunt scrambled to dismount before being crushed. The air crackles, electric. It is a dragon, smoke billowing from all its pores, soaring high above bare branches. It is an ancient artifact, newly risen in the world. It is the love that drew the first man to the first woman, the first beast to its first mate. It is the youngest of the riders, taking off her clothes and those of the man she'd always wanted. It is desire, reaching out and soaking them until the last one is wet and hot and wanting and desiring and aching and taking and sating. It is man and woman rising, dressing, watching fox go home.
Oh. What is a true story?
Almost true.
Almost true.
So a couple poet friends of mine were living in a friend's ranch house, and they went out in the woods and decided to have sex. And what he told me was that he heard a hunt that was passing nearby.
Oh,
So I just thought to myself, well, what if the hunt had come upon them, and then had this choice between death and love?
yes. Very.
Yeah.
Worthy of DA slogans.
Thank you so much.
Yes. My God, that was terrific.